Robert Stives, please report to the principal's office.
What was I like in high school? I always thought that I was not one of the most popular kids. I was a known kid. I played basketball. I was a popular kid, but I was always one of those kids that was in the right classes. I was in the AP classes. I was in the advanced classes. But I wasn't one of those kids that was getting the hundreds in the classes. So I was getting my B's and C's. So I would think that if I look back on it, I would probably be more of an average student that was just getting by and was in the right opportunities or in the right places to make sure that I can go on to college. Education was not in my mind. I never really thought that I was going to become an educator. I was a bowler in high school. I bowled elementary, middle school, high school. I played basketball. I knew basketball wasn't really going to get me anywhere, but I thought then I would probably be a bowler, a professional bowler. That's what I probably really thought at that time. And then I went to UTEP and I went into computers. So I realized really quick, I got the degree, but I really got into education because I started subbing here. I was an actual substitute teacher here early on, probably my junior, senior year at UTEP. And by that time, I've already made my decision on my career plan, so I just finished it out, and then I went to the alternate certification. So I really fell in love with education that I really never thought I would have had really when I was at UTEP. I thought I was going to go into the business world and computers and education. This is where I'm at because, once again, I started subbing here. When I really wanted to go out of education or into the administration route, it was really the guide to making sure that I can try to impact the whole campus, not just the 32 kids or the 30 kids that are in my classroom. I wanted to try to impact more and kind of show them the right direction and build that culture and build that traditions. So that's really kind of why I went into the admin route to kind of benefit the whole campus, not just your classroom. It was interesting, I think it was over the weekend. Let me tell you a quick story. Over the weekend, I was over at my parents' house. Like what I said, my parents live 10 houses from here. I walked outside because my youngest son was outside, and all of a sudden I saw two students walk by. As soon as they walked by, they looked at me, and then they stopped and they said, "Aren't you the principal of Irvin?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And they're like, "Well, what are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, this is where my parents live. This is the house that I grew up in when I came to Irvin." And they were all excited. They're like, "I can't believe the principal grew up on my street. Look at how we. So it's all about, it doesn't matter where you grew up at, anybody has a potential. I went to Crosby, I went to McGoffin, I came to Irvin. I'm really this product of this community. My parents still live 10 houses from Irvin, So originally, my original thought was the place that I wanted to become principal at was at Irvin. And fortunately, that opportunity presented itself a year later after they first had the interviews, but it presented itself. So, everything comes around in a full circle. You go to the campus that you belong at. You go to the campus that is the best fit for you. And ultimately, I think that's really what happened. It came full circle. I was a student that just got by, and now I'm leading a campus. So, that's just awesome.